You're now listening to the Something Good Podcast Network. Please press any key to continue.
So you need to feed all these people, and all you have is 3 chickens and a gun. Go.
And welcome to this week's episode of the Couch Potato.
That's how you open it right there, friends.
That's right. I'm Alex
Morrison.
And this week we got Mikey joining us. Welcome, brother.
Mikey.
It's always great to have Mikey back. We hadn't had you around the table in a minute. I think the last time we talked with you was before the reboot.
Probably.
Because y'all were discussing, I believe, Pokemon games.
Oh, yeah, my house.
Yeah, your house.
My house.
Your house.
My house.
And this is probably one of the last times you'll be recording at this exact apartment.
Probably.
Yeah, so we burning this motherfucker down.
That's where all the podcasting started. Right upstairs in Chris's old bedroom.
Yep.
But no, soon I'll be getting that new place. Finally got the apartment complex figured out, everything. Don't have to take them to small claims court like I thought I was going to have to. And yeah, so hopefully by next month I'll have the studio set up and all that, because I've been pestering the Discord and even our group chats being like, I want to do video game nights. But then every time I say that, I look at my setup and I go, I'm not ready for video game nights. But at the new place, I will be ready for video game nights.
Hell yeah. Can we have a LAN party?
Oh, shit.
Dude,
You still have your 360?
do I still have my 360?
Okay.
Oh, fucking course I still have my 360, bro. I still have my GameCube.
Same.
Did that have a LAN on it?
You could.
I think so.
I think with an adapter.
Yeah,
I think
you
it
could,
had an adapter.
You could do a LAN network of that.
Yeah. But no, I have
We'll go dumpster
romanticized.
dive in behind a GameStop and figure it out.
I have romanticized the old LAN parties. I never got to do one.
Me neither.
No, but it's like I would always see. I've seen like the photos of like, you know, all the old nerds and geeks like in the back late 90s, you know, connecting all their computers up, you know, bringing that shit from home and, you know, just having these big ass LAN parties
Mountain
playing
Dew's
games.
just printing money.
Bro.
Doritos was snorting their own cheese dust and coming up with wacky flavors.
Yep. And that's kind of a weird thing that you brought that up, because on Something Good For You, I brought up with Dave how, you know, it's weird to have nostalgia for an era you had absolutely nothing to do with. It's like, you know, one of the things I wish I could relive is legit general admission seating for a concert. Camping out outside for a few days, waiting. Got to make sure you're first in line so you can run on down there and get the absolute best seats, because this band's coming to town. It's an event. It's a show. It's a thing. That doesn't really happen as much anymore unless you're Taylor fucking Swift.
Right.
I also have romanticized the LAN parties, because I just imagine the idea of all the bros getting together, so excited that we can actually play all this game together, not just a 4-player game. We can connect 8, 10 people together and play this massive, you know, whatever, like RuneScape. It's just, I don't know, I've romanticized that idea, and it's just not as fun just hooking up with everyone on Discord or Xbox Live or whatever. It's just like, it's not the same.
I think with the, you know, this is just advancement of technology, period. So like when I was doing D&D, it was like I had Discord open, had Twitch open. So like you're doing 2 different programs at the same time, and plus you got your Roll20 website up with everybody's actively participating like the whole fucking time. And
Yeah.
your LAN party, like, do you really want to hang out with somebody you might see at the grocery store? No, not really. It's not.
No,
fun.
I've kind of figured that out.
Yeah. No, I want to talk to that random stranger from like Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy plays games.
I like his personality better than the guy down the street.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
You guys are going to invite randos to your LAN party?
No.
No.
But like people we know that live far away that probably would do it.
Oh, yeah.
But they'd have to come into town, though.
Yeah.
We always had enough people, just not enough fucking Xboxes.
Yeah.
Well, that was always the problem. You always had enough friends, but like not enough Game Boys or not enough Xboxes, you know, or no one had a link cable. It's like everyone had Pokemon, but no one had a link cable.
And you all understand that you're all poor.
Yeah.
So the first friend gets an Xbox. You're like, I want to get an Xbox. They're like, nah, you should get a PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
So that way.
And that's the worst part. Is it's like, hey, Chris has got a GameCube. Oh man, that's badass, man. The new Mario games are shit. Hey, the new Grand Theft Auto PlayStation 2 is really fucking San Andreas, motherfucker. Get to play CJ and Tenpenny and all that shit. They just got this guy with Xbox and Halo and fucking Gears of War. It's just like, God damn it. Whose parents smoked? Because that motherfucker had a PlayStation.
But, exactly what Mikey was saying. I remember hearing kids talking about that, being like, Jimmy got the new Sega. Hey, see if your mom will get the new Nintendo, and then that way we could trade games and yada yada yada. Yeah. God, I mean, we still do it, but remember the trading games? That used to be way bigger than it is now. I mean, between the three of us, we do it. Which, by the way, I have your Pokemon game upstairs. Nice. But that Chris gave to me, which I need to give to you. But no, so it's like we still trade games and kind of pass them around. But it's like I just remember back in the day, like, kids would open up their book bag or their binder, and it would be just overflowing with Game Boy games, and it was like Pokemon trading, and it was just like, I got Looney Tunes, Game & Watch Gallery 2, Putt. I'll trade you these 3 for the Cats game.
I remember buying my first Game Boy for $10 because I had a rolled up change of $10 and handed a roll of dimes to this guy, and he just handed me a Game Boy. And it had Pokemon Blue in it, and I'm just like, yeah, this is the shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then I had a Game Boy Color right after that.
Well, I have a feeling today's going to be very game-centric because, again, as we covered in our last episode with the writer's strike, there's nothing coming out of Hollywood. But
fuck them.
Do we even have any news to run over, or do we just want to kind of roll into our main topic? Because, again, just kind of doing a brief overview. I mean, there's been some YouTube drama between like prank, video guys getting like arrested and shit like that, but like nothing that we could like really sink our teeth into.
Yeah, like the only thing I've heard recently is that one conspiracy, or not conspiracy, it was the YouTuber Illuminaughtii has gotten into some wild shit because apparently she's an asshole.
All right, actually, yeah. All right, that'll be enough on that. Let's head on over to our news segment. Illuminaughtii. Holy shit. I've completely forgot about this. So, when you just get that weird feeling that you just don't like an internet personality, you can't quite put your finger on it, but you're just like, something about this person really fucking annoys me. I hid that from Chris because Chris was a fan of Illuminaughtii.
Well, I was not much of a fan. I was just like, I was binging the content.
Yes. But you remember that one day I walked down and I saw you watch. I was like, what are you watching? You're like, I'm watching Illuminaughtii. And I just went, like that. I never cared for like I don't know, the tone of her voice and just like the way she presented herself. I had heard people presenting themselves in that way before, and then they also turn out to be snakes. So I just kind of had that weird feeling, but it all of a sudden came to light that she and her editing team have been going after people, notably Legal Eagle, of all people on YouTube, saying that they have been copying her video editing style. That editing style being highlighters on paper, crumpled up, ripped pieces of paper to, show quotes, and a specific like transition wipe between like segments.
The standard features in YouTube editing.
Yes, the standard like things you would find in Adobe Premiere or Final Cut Pro or any of these video editing apps or, effects bundles you could buy. Maybe slightly edited, maybe slightly changed, but shit you've been seeing since the 90s with true crime documentaries. Yeah, trying to say that. And here's the problem. That was the tiny spark that kind of lifted the whole thing because
it turned into a forest fire because she just wouldn't let it the fuck go.
Yeah, if it had just been that, we probably wouldn't even be talking about it on here because that happened weeks ago. And I was like, whatever. We're not covering that. YouTuber after YouTuber after YouTuber is coming out talking about how like she had been like talking shit on like Discord and like trying to stab other folks in the back, lying about other people. It turned into this big thing. And the weird thing about it is she's acting like nothing's happening. Like she's still releasing videos, hasn't addressed it really.
Well, she did like a half-ass apology video, and everybody was just like, "Yeah, okay." But like that's
The typical YouTuber apology video. Of
yeah,
like,
not like a Logan Paul. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I showed a dead person in the forest. My bad. Fuck, my bad. Like, my bad. I went to the suicide forest and I found a dead body. Okay, I pulled a Stand By Me, and that was my bad. That's on me. That's on me. I should have had a fat kid, a nerdy kid, and Corey Feldman, and I think that would have kind of rounded the group. But that's on me. I'm Logan Paul, and I've made of shit.
I saw it.
I'm sorry. That would be better. If somebody fucked up on YouTube just some stupid shit and just made a picture of just Butters being, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I would have been like, word, we're good. What's your next video? So I'm just waiting. Like that's the only
Forgive and forget.
That's
right?
the only thing I hate about like YouTube when they're talking about this inner drama bullshit. What is his name? Penguin Zero or whatever his fucking name was, because he goes into it deep about other YouTubers, and it's just like
Charlie, Moist Critical.
Yeah, it's like, can you guys just shut the fuck up about each other? No one gives a fuck about your personal lives. Just make content and shut the fuck up.
I do have to say the Charlie Sneeko drama was fucking hilarious though.
But it's just like, shut the fuck up about it. Like I don't care. And I clicked on it by accident, the Illuminaughtii one, because I was like, oh, she's got a new video out, because she does these deep dives into corporations.
And then all of a sudden it's Illuminaughtii is the worst YouTuber on the face of the planet, and let us tell you why.
Yeah, really? Like, yeah, she's the worst fucking YouTuber. There was literally a serial killer on YouTube from what I remember back in like 2008, and everybody's just like, oh yeah, he's fine. And it's just like, get the fuck out of here. Like, they're just people at the end of the day, and they're dumb as fuck when they're not online. Like, that's
actually a topic we ought to cover. People that were on YouTube that were later discovered to be like extremely nefarious, because the first one that I immediately think of, and I'd like to do a better dive on instead of just a cursory mention here. I do not remember his name, but it was this older gentleman that really kind of had like this dad aesthetic to him, kind of like the internet's dad. He was kind of showing, all these really wholesome videos, and then come to find out like he was either like a pedo or like, some sort of abuser or some shit. And it's like that came out and they were like, oh, no, this guy's a menace. Yeah. It's kind of like, and it completely tanked his career.
But it isn't just that. It takes kind of like what you're watching. Like,
it does. It gives it like this weird sheen.
If it came out that like Scott the Woz not only collected like Nintendo games, was also collecting an arsenal of weapons and like sarin gas or some shit, I'm just like, yeah, he probably would, that weird little fuck. Like, that just takes...
But you would probably respect him a little bit more after that.
Yeah, because he spent some money on something that's worth something. But, like, not fucking Switch games. But, like...
It's a collection, Chris. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, I don't collect a goddamn thing.
No, nothing.
Because I don't need to. I have guns. But, like...
I thought you were being sarcastic. You do collect a few things.
I got guns. But like, it just seems like when you watch wholesome YouTubers and stuff like that, it kind of taints the whole field of play. It's kind of like when you start hearing like your childhood, showrunners, like your Bill Cosby's and stuff. Like, yeah, these guys are monsters. But hey, Steve Rogers or Mr. Rogers is still good. Mr. Rogers didn't fuck
and
up.
So is Steve Rogers.
Yeah,
He's still
Rogers.
good.
Chris Evans didn't fucking kill nobody. Like, but like those people are like Steve Irwin, Mr. Rogers, and stuff like. Yeah, their stuff's not tainted, but then you get like Bob Ross like cheated on his wife and all that shit.
Your Bill Cosby's and your Dan Snyders.
Yeah, like these guys are fucking
animals. Bob Ross with Bill Cosby.
Dude, Bob Ross would fucking beat the shit out of Bill Cosby. Like, that motherfucker was a Marine.
If you don't agree, get in the fucking comments.
Hey, Bill.
And I'll say it on this show. All right. Would you consider Weezer grunge?
No.
What would you consider them then? I consider them I consider
bad.
them grunge.
Fucking mids, bro.
Yeah, fucking mid, bro.
This Buddy Holly wannabe looking fucking cunt. Go to a plane crash. Fucking Jesus Christ. I hope your fucking plane crashes. Call me the next Merle Haggard, you son of a bitch.
But no, I'm definitely bringing
grunge. Really?
I think so.
They're a little poppy to be grunge.
They're from Seattle, man.
So is Gary Ridgway.
So Mikey hit it on the head. So what Dave and I discussed on Something Good For You. See, I like this now that the shows get to cross-pollinate because I bring up couch potato shit on Something Good For You as well. We discussed, what makes a punk band. And I came to the ultimate conclusion that it's, the personality and the attitude behind it. Because I would consider Blondie punk.
Yeah.
You listen to the music, it's not aggressive, fast, quote unquote punk rock, but
Also poppy.
It's also very poppy, but I would consider it punk rock. Same thing with Television and Devo. All that shit was punk. So if we're going to label that kind of stuff punk rock, I would also turn around and label a band like Weezer grunge. They came straight from that Seattle scene. They fucking hate themselves. They're down on themselves all the time. They're a bunch of little limp dick whiny bitches, just like all the rest of the fucking grunge emo bands of the time. So it's like, why not? They fit the bill.
One question: is their best song a cover song?
I don't know. I don't like them enough to know any of their shit.
If that's true, then yeah, they're probably a fucking grunge band. The most grunge bands.
Wait, how is that the qualification? Nirvana's biggest song.
Nirvana's best album is Unplugged, and that's a fucking covers album.
No, Nevermind is bigger than Unplugged.
Unplugged sounds so much better.
I didn't say it didn't sound better. I said, but Nevermind is a bigger record.
Their best was when they were unplugged doing covers. Their music is good, but goddamn, their covers were better. But like, there's like a lot of grunge bands do covers and stuff like that. Like Chris Cornell did "Nothing Compares to You," which is a Sinead O'Connor, which was a Prince song, and he did that better than most of his fucking career. Like, so yeah, like I believe.
Well, where do you put him, Mikey? The one musician in the fucking, or the second musician of this table, and he's not even like speaking up.
I don't think I could honestly tell you one Weezer song off the top of my head.
Well, we were saying it earlier, that Buddy Holly song.
The Playboy song. The Playboy song, what was it? Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Beverly Hills.
And their cover song, Africa by
Well,
Toto.
okay, well, Beverly Hills, they went full.
And they sound like Duran Duran or Toto.
Well, by the time they got to Beverly Hills, I mean, everyone considers that their major turning point. So trying to lump that in, their early like Blue album shit that like Buddy Holly came off of, to me it's poppy grunge. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but like, you know, if the attitude of grunge is self-loathing and I hate this town, I hate this city, I hate my friends, and I hate the girl that broke up with me. If that's the, you know,
sounds like a My Chemical Romance song.
Well, is emo not just the next progression of grunge?
I don't know, man. It's fucking...
And would Weezer not be the breaking point between the two?
It's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just fucking listen. All I do is just listen.
Get in the fucking comments. Yeah. I'm fucking right, and no one can tell me otherwise. Everyone just wants to go, no, they're not grunge. No one's been able to prove how they're not grunge.
They're alive. There, I just fucking proved it. Yeah, Eddie Vedder is the only last standing Highlander of the grunge scene. So yeah, that's what makes them. They're still fucking alive. They couldn't pull through, just blow their fucking brains out.
Rage Against the Machine doesn't count?
No, that's fucking rock, dude. That's fucking metal.
That's not. Yeah, I was gonna say that's rap metal.
Killing in the name of and such.
Killing in the name of and such.
I would love a country version cover of just like a lot of Rage Against the Machine songs, because it would sound like old cowboy country. It just fuck the government, fuck the cops, I'll kill them all. Because that's what old country was, man. Fuck the law, man. I'll kill that motherfucker.
Man, fuck all these motherfuckers.
Yeah, back when everybody watched NASCAR because it was about running away from cops and shit. Running liquor and shooting cops. That's what that shit was all about.
God damn it, Terry, you drunk again.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. I'm running the pace car at Daytona. Drunker than hell. Fuck yeah.
Drunker than hell.
Just another.
Use the one.
Use the
Came
one.
there in a squat car.
Use the one. Let's talk about fucking Hicks. But like, you know, I don't like that subgenre shit a lot, because it just gets too many people in the middle.
Yeah.
Like punk, you know, it's still rock. It's just rock to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's a giant umbrella of rock and roll, you know. But, you know, you got the giant umbrella of rap and hip hop, and you got R&B and blues and stuff like that. It's like, is Prince an R&B, or is he a pop star? You know, like, you could say R&B, because a lot of it's, you know, R&B music, but he hit the pop charts. You know, it's very kind of muddled in the water when you're trying to describe music. I get that hate kill thing. Well, as someone who listens to music, I get that fucking attitude a lot. So it's kind of hard to say a lot of those times. Whatever they say they are, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, tell them. Yeah. If they come out on stage, yeah, we're the new grunge band from Seattle. Okay, cool. Grab your plaid shirts and your guns.
I just like making a statement on the show and getting people riled up. But actually, another piece of news that I completely forgot about, Disney is closing down the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. Only open for a little over a year and is getting shut down.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Never got to go on the Disney Galactic Star Cruiser.
I didn't get to go on the Disney Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser either.
What even is that?
That was the...
Is that in California or Florida?
Florida.
Yeah, this was part of the big like Star Wars area they built up. This was the hotel that was in it. You'd check into the Star Cruiser, and you would get lifted off into space, and you would spend the night in space. So it's like they had like TV monitors everywhere,
It's
and
like lazy Jeff Bezos.
yeah, and it's like it was fully immersive. Everyone was in different gear. You could pick a side, the Resistance or the Rebellion, yada yada, blah 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 blah, and it was ridiculously priced. Like for the price of a used car, you could stay there for 2 nights.
Another part of it was the is a political aspect of it. I don't want to get into with Disney in the state of Florida.
Yes, but that doesn't have everything to do with
This
it.
one is a major point of it because of the regulation Disney has on itself. Disney is a country unto itself in a weird fucking way. And recently, the governor of Florida said, "No, you're not." And
So how does it connect? I'm curious.
all right, so when Walt Disney bought up all the land and created his own regulation bureaus, like we have here, we have inspection bureaus that come to apartment complexes and inspect to make sure they're livable. Disney does that for themselves. They don't have to. And then some shit happened with the governor of Florida who disagreed. And it's a very political side thing of it. So Disney threatened to pull out a lot of repairs that were going to be made, not only on the Star Wars front, but a lot of remodeling to Disney World. With the future closing of Orlando, there's a lot of jobs up in the air right now because Orlando Studios, the park or whatever, will be closing soon. There was rumors that Disney will expand, maybe buy out Orlando, maybe make it a secondary location for like lesser property.
Universal.
Yeah. So that was the plan. And so when this happened, the Florida government decided to overstep a little bit and said, no, you need to follow the regulations of the state. And Disney being Disney, was like, go fuck yourself. And so that happened. And now it's a rumor, and it's a stupid fucking rumor that Disney World is going to pack up and leave. It's a $2 billion fucking campus, basically. No, it's not going to pick up and fucking leave. You don't just abandon a castle.
So the reason I asked that, though, is because I had a feeling I was going to ask this as a lead-up question. So what does that have to do with the Star Cruiser shutting down?
So when they built that whole thing, it was supposed to have a yearly maintenance plan. Part of that was part of the regulation committee that Disney had in place. Well, that got erased and replaced with a regulation group created by the governor of Florida, run by people that he picked who aren't Disney friendly. So Disney, instead of cutting their losses and just saying, fine, we'll do whatever the fuck you say, we'll just get rid of the jobs.
So you believe that, and not that it was just overly priced and Star Wars
Disney's
hype
always,
and hold on, because I see that side. I let all that ride. Now hold on, let's see this. Star Wars is at an all-time low. We're at the edge of a recession. I already said that in order to stay there for 2 nights is the price of a used car. I am really willing to bet that people just aren't fucking buying it out. And they had to shut down because it just wasn't selling. No. Because of this economy.
Disney is one of those few recession-proof things that's been lasted out for a very long time. So in 2008, they got rid of their nature thing. Remember the giant tree they had? Yeah. So they got rid of that during 2008. Not because it was less, it's because it's expensive. So this is just an expense they need to get rid of.
So you don't even see that as they were getting rid of something to put up something new?
It's part of it, but it's also a fuck you to the local government of Florida.
I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm just sitting here saying I don't believe it. There's a difference between not believing and you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, out of all the things I've seen, that's the first time I've heard those the government, because here's the problem. I've heard both of those. I've heard the problems they've had with Florida government and all this other shit and how it's all caused all these problems and how they're having to retool things. I've heard all that, and then I've heard the Star Wars stuff. It always just seemed like those were two separate conversations in those type things. Like the Star Wars thing was no one's buying it, it's too expensive, we're going to change it into something else. Plus, at the same time, we've also got to deal with Florida and with all this other crap, yada, yada, yada. That just always seemed like two separate conversations, like two different group chats.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest fight that Disney's having when it comes to their park.
Got it.
All right, so like their studio, whole different game, you know.
Because I do believe the studio itself is a bit recession proof.
Yeah.
I do believe that. So Disney as a corporation, the one churning out the cartoons and the movies and stuff, you know what? Yeah, they got the capital to do that all day long. I don't believe that's true with their amusement parks. Especially with everything we've seen. I think their amusement parks are the most recession vulnerable.
Well, a theme park like that, there's nothing like it for Disney. There's nothing like it. There's things that come close. Like, you know, we have Carowinds, you know, that's big here in the South.
Yeah, and then like 4 hours up the road, we got like King's Dominion
and
in
Emerald
Florida.
Point and the Virginia line.
I mean, sorry, not Virginia, not Florida. I was thinking back on that.
But like those will close down sometimes, and they'll stay open, and they'll fluctuate price, and you know, stuff like that. Disney is an experience that they try to kind of like a cruise, kind of make it worth your while.
Yeah.
But with this, I do see, it's probably not making a lot of money. It is expensive, but so is Disney World. Disney World's even more expensive than that little part. So Disneyland in California is just as, if not more expensive, for less shit.
Because see, that was the big thing I was hearing that the backlash was like, the way it was being promoted is like, this wasn't going to be like an additional thing on top. It was going to be like part of the experience. It was going to be kind of like a walkthrough, you know, like hour or so thing that, you know, it was just part of your ticket of getting in there. And then all of a sudden they swapped it to where it's like this couple $1,000 experience. And, you know, I do remember about a year ago when it popped up, everyone was just like, the fuck is this? And the price. Has anyone here even gone to Disneyland or Disney at all? I've been to neither.
I've never been to Disney World. I ain't got fucking money for that.
Mikey?
Nope.
Really? I thought you went at least once. That's why I brought it
I
up.
went to Universal Studios.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I was
hung out in
conflating the
Orlando
two.
for a week.
Got
which
it.
is basically the same as going to Disney.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of free parks scattered throughout.
Really?
And gift shops and button traders and shit like that.
And that's the kind of thing about Disney World. It is a world into itself. And I don't believe like the lackluster thing in Star Wars is kicking in. I think because, you know, you're going to a theme park, you make your experience your own.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think just because three shitty movies came out that I'm not going to enjoy Star Wars. There's still going to be the Star Wars experience.
Yeah, but
It's not like Kathleen Kennedy's out there spitting on you. Buy my ticket, you bitch. You're like, she's not out.
But from what I heard, even the experience like isn't all that. Like it was kind of like lackluster. Like it was just
children.
Well,
That's another thing about Star Wars fans. They don't fucking prep themselves for an experience.
well, okay. So,
At least not properly.
I'll combat that comment there. Like, oh, it's for kids. Well, you know, yeah. Toy Story's for kids.
Yeah.
Monsters Inc. is for kids.
That it is.
Up is for kids.
Yeah.
Mulan and Pocahontas is for adults.
I enjoy all of those movies as an adult.
Yeah. Would you want to watch those movies with a room full of 50 third graders?
53 graders.
Third graders.
No, I wouldn't. But at the same time,
Goddamn schools are overcrowded.
my point being, just because something's for kids doesn't mean that it inherently doesn't have to appeal to adults.
I didn't say it.
You can create a Star Wars world in Disney that is for kids, but is still going to make the adults happy.
No, that's what Epcot's for.
No, please. Epcot crashed and burned in the late 90s.
But that's what it was originally for. It's for adults.
Yeah. But I was saying it
It's like
failed,
I'm dragging my fucking kids to every goddamn ride. And they're just like, you want to bone the teacups? All right, let's go to Epcot German section. Probst. all right. German. You're like, mind them teacups, you son of a bitch. Why are you crying? Dumbo's not crying, and his mom's dead.
But again, all of this is for naught because it doesn't fucking matter.
I think
no three of us at this table can afford to fucking go to Disney at all.
I think in the next 2 years, after certain things happen, we'll find out for sure. I did like the rumors that they're moving. I love that idea. Can you imagine how hectic that is? Disney World was to move.
Going to Texas.
Oh, fuck. Well, I heard North Carolina was an option. Because that was
where? I thought they were going to dig the whole state up to mine lithium and precious
fucking
metals.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even hear about that.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be like a huge, right outside of Albemarle, so maybe like an hour from here.
Hell yeah.
The Piedmont Lithium Group is one of
Wow.
the biggest mining
I'm kind of
companies in
surprised
the
about hearing that,
United
considering
States.
a lot of battery companies are moving away from lithium into something new.
Well, I don't know, precious metals.
Yeah,
but
lithium's still fun.
I was gonna say you still gotta get those rare earth magnets.
They probably gave it the name like 10 years ago. Now they're like, fuck.
Yeah. Now we're in the lithium business.
Now we're in the lithium.
God damn it, Gary. I said just make it Jimmy's Mining Company. Fuck.
This is just as good as your asbestos business. Fuck. I told you last time I wasn't gonna let you name the company again. Shit.
There's literally a town in Russia called Asbesta, which is a asbestos mining company.
Nice.
Town, and they don't believe asbestos causes cancer.
All right.
Proud of the Russian idiot.
Well, do we have any other news topics aside from Star Wars getting wrapped up in their own political battles when everyone wanted to bitch about too much politics in the movies to start with?
Well, like always with this podcast, someone died, so rest in peace, Tina Turner.
Yes, rest in peace,
acid queen.
Tina Turner. But on that note, I guess it's time for us to move on into our main topic, and you might even hear a special little intro. Oh shit, it's a fistful of quarters. That's right. We couldn't let Mikey get out of here without us doing more gaming talk. It's the only thing he's good for at this point.
It is true.
Write an intro for some shows for us.
I do that too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll start hiring you to like start writing skits, and we'll start filming and like shooting skits. I say random things like this to see if like anyone like gets on my ass and it's just like, yo, I want skits. And then I'll just be like, okay, cool, I'll finally make those. But like if no one's like,
Just doing
that's a good idea.
Just
I'm not wasting my time with this shit anymore.
Just a lot of behind the scenes stuff of just me and Mikey. Well, Mikey, I understand I'm supposed to swallow 50 eggs, but why is my character swallowing 50 eggs? And you're just over here boiling eggs. I was like, I don't know.
You're like method acting. Method acting.
Yeah. I'm not a goddamn actor. I'm not a liar.
Method acting.
You keep saying the word meth a lot. And I'm just like,
method acting.
actors can't be trusted.
If you guys didn't want me to take so much Adderall, why do they make the pills so small?
Get in the fucking comments.
If I wasn't meant to eat these like M&Ms, then why am I not ODing? That's your reason. I didn't OD, so therefore it's fine. Jesus.
Spoken like a true addict.
Yeah.
But Chris had another great topic idea for us today, discussing our favorite multiplayer games. And I like that phrasing better because when he initially brought it up to me, he's like, yeah, favorite two-player games. I'm like, fuck, I think I've played like two-player games my entire life. He goes, what? You've never played multiplayer games? And then all of a sudden it hit me. I'm like, oh, yeah, 2+ player. Yeah, okay, yeah, we could do that. Well, I think the first one that immediately comes to mind, and it completely splits the table because I love the game, I think Mikey likes it, and Chris hates it, is Mario Kart.
I just don't like racing games.
It's hardly a racing game.
It's a fucking racing game.
Okay.
They literally race around a track.
Right. So when someone says racing game, I think of like those legit racing, like the
Gran Turismo,
the Gran Turismo, the Forza games that you would get on like Xbox and PlayStation. That's what I think of when I think racing game.
Yeah.
Not a fucking pink dinosaur in a fucking stacked out go-kart flinging bananas.
If you're hitting the gas button and it's got wheels, man, it's a racing game. I'm sorry, and you're yelling at the screen at some other motherfucker next to you and like, this cocksucker threw something at me. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
I don't see motherfuckers throwing bananas and turtle shells in Forza.
Fun fact, you can do that in NASCAR games. Yep, there's a mode in NASCAR games where you can use projectiles. I remember the first time I ever played a NASCAR game for the GameCube, you could do that. I'm just like, what the fuck just happened?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then
Dale Earnhardt just shot me with a fucking bow.
oh, this motherfucker's making a right turn to hell right now. Bam! It's like, yeah, Sent you to hell on a shutter, you son of a bitch. Yeah, that's why I don't play racing games, because I'll say shit like that.
Well, what Mario Kart games did you play?
Recently, Mario Kart 8.
Yes.
At Mikey's house. And all I was just like, hey, I made it a nice place. I'm fine. But like the only racing game I did play was actually the Super Monkey Ball 2. Was just like, I was just really good at that one because I'm just like, it's Monkey Ball. It's no, you're rolling around. And
Okay, Theo Von, I asked about Mario Kart.
yeah, but like, I played the Super Nintendo one growing up, and then
that was the worst one.
to you, but like for other kids my age that were closer to my age, that was all they had.
Yeah.
And then the 64 came out, and I played that one later on. And it was still just a racing game. It was just a game because it was 4 people.
With a shitty controller.
Yeah.
I am tired of all you motherfuckers shitting
Dude,
on
it's cool
the
if you want to
Nintendo-
hold a fucking dick while you hold a controller. That's fine. That's all to
look,
you.
look, all the smooth brains don't know. Oh, there's 3 little points to it. I don't know where to put my hands. I've only got 2 hands, and there's 3 places for me to put my
I know
hands.
exactly what it's for.
I'm really confused. I'm lost. That's what I hear every time I hear people talk shit on that controller. Where do I put my hand? Do I put it in the middle, or do I put it on the left?
The 64 is trash.
Garbage console.
You got one hand
man.
for the right hand, one hand for the left hand, and this one goes up your ass because that's where it fucking
And you
belongs.
control it with your tape.
Yeah, you control it. You control it with your tape instead of doing.
Squeeze your sphincter to squeeze the Z button.
And if
Yeah,
you
it
can't
just
get
sounds
your
like-
ankles behind your head, you don't get to play.
It just sounds like just in your room.
what are you doing? I'm playing Mario Party.
Fucking losing. Leave me alone.
Fucking losing the goddamn mind is what I'm doing.
It's a skill problem, Mom.
Well, honey, we can go to church for that. Pastor Dave will figure it out. But no, it's just,
I'm really good at the Super Mario
like the-
Karts on the Nintendo 64.
the racing games, like a lot of the racing games, just seem like niche, and they are. They're a very particular brand of game. Mario Kart, I will say, like of all the properties that Nintendo has, is probably their most popular, next to like Smash Brothers and Mario itself. But it is. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying I don't like those games.
Yeah.
And it's not really a competitive thing either. It's just like I like playing different types of like shooters and stuff like that.
Games you'll win. Because you showed your hand right at the very beginning of the conversation. You went, oh, I got 9th place. You like games that you like immediately get like 2nd or 1st place in.
But like that's my goal, is just a place. But like competitive wise, I don't care.
Right. No,
Because
I get that.
like I like seeing the people who are really good at it play the game. Much like when we were at the Skylark.
Yeah.
We're putting money on that. I play.
Oh, yeah.
Hey Jerry, you want to put some money on the ponies, motherfucker? And you got 2 guys playing the 64, playing the fucking racing game. I was like, yeah, left guy's got this motherfucker. He's got it. And Jerry, I love Jerry's competitive nature because he got fucking mad as shit when that guy came back from 4th place and fucking swept it. I'm like, here you go, motherfucker.
I mean, both boys are just drop trowel fucking rocking it.
Yeah, just like, he got mad or shit. It was over $1. I was like, hell yeah, Jerry. That means you're an addict. Good for you, Jerry.
Damn it.
Hey, you want to put some more money on it? I'll ride this motherfucker out because it's $1. You know,
Yeah.
it's a
Start
friendly
doing this
way.
at the Skylark.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, fuck the band.
I don't know. Mario Kart, though, for me, it's the great equalizer in that no matter
Equalizer.
no matter who's playing, anyone can pick it up and play it.
Yeah, it's like baseball.
Yeah. So it's like, to me, it's the ultimate. What were you laughing at?
It's like baseball.
Baseball is
Anyone can
American
play it.
pastime because anyone can play it.
True.
Unless you're in a wheelchair. And then you can play as a spectator. Or a bat boy. Or girl, whatever. Girls have legs that are gone too. Spinal bifida and whatnot. Is it pronounced differently as a woman?
God damn it. Anyway.
I think so.
But it's like anyone can pick up and play Mario Kart.
Yeah, even the special kids.
And that's what makes me like really look at it and go, it's the ultimate multiplayer game. Because even something like Smash Brothers, that is a ton of fun to play, you got to have a certain skill set to be able to really play. Yeah, you can button mash all day long.
Yeah.
But like if you actually really want to play, you need to learn your combos and how to really move around and
your
control
fighter.
your... Exactly, and your fighter, because every single fighter has a different skill set. They move different,
Well,
everything
I
else.
consider that with Mario Kart too, because you get someone who's played the game a certain way. He's going to use Excite Bikes with Yoshi or some shit, and it's just like okay, he knows how to play that specific play. He knows how to get certain power-ups and why he gets those certain power. He's aiming for those. He knows the track a certain way. Like, everybody plays Rainbow Road a different way because they know the side track, the side bullshit, the shortcuts, which I liked about the Mario movie. It was just like, oh shit, shortcut again. Yeah, so that's always the fun part of it, and it's cool watching those guys exploit the game because I'm a big fan of like speed running and watching people just go fast as fuck. This is just fun to watch. And putting money on it's even better.
Fast as fuck, boy. I love how you knew immediately what I was doing.
But I just like, I love seeing like the rage in some people because watching people play Mario Kart on the Switch is kind of fun to watch. I'm not a fan of the controller on it, but even though you only need 3 buttons to play the whole fucking game. So like it is
go steer an item.
But like it's so fucking small with the Switch controller.
I'm gonna buy you a Switch Pro controller.
I have a Switch Pro controller.
I was gonna say, so you can like thoroughly enjoy the Switch.
Yeah, I have a Switch Pro. I've never hooked mine to a TV. Ever.
Oh, I was about to say, well, you can't, but I remember you have the OLED now.
I've never plugged that motherfucker to a TV.
Well, Mikey, what would you say your favorite multiplayer is?
Favorite multiplayer? Well, favorite 2-player game have to be Contra.
Fuck yeah.
One.
That's a deep cut.
2-player.
Which one?
The first one for the NES.
NES or SNES? NES was hard.
Yeah.
Super fucking hard.
Stupid hard.
I had Alien Wars, which is Contra 3, and that was fucking awesome. And because that was when the graphics got like amped the fuck up, but the 2-player side scrollers are fucking tough as shit. You know, a lot of people talk about like some of these Switch games, so you got to work together. Contra, if you didn't work together, that guy didn't have your back, you are fucking done because it's one shot kill every time.
Oh yeah. And then especially those old side scrollers where you get the one guy that's a little too hasty, so he's moving
he just
a little too fast.
It's like the Mario
you're getting fucked up.
It's like a Mario game where it's like 4 people on the screen going side.
Yeah, the Super Mario Brothers U.
God damn it, Larry, slow the fuck down. It's just like one guy, the one kid that you invited over, the one kid no one really knows, and he's just like struggling with it because he's got the broken controller because everyone's an asshole.
He's got his own 2-liter of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, he brought his own drink, his own special drink.
Yeah, shout out to Davey Dirt. He actually gave me a copy, a download code for Mario Bros. U Deluxe on Switch, and I got it downloaded, and I told my girls, "Hey, why don't we play this? It's a multiplayer Mario. It's side scroller.
It's a relationship building game."
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a relationship building game because 2 minutes into the game, I'm fucking cheesing this shit like I fucking do every fucking Mario game, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Sorry, I'll slow down." So now I'm like not running the level, and she's like dying every 2 seconds, and now I'm just like, "Stay in the bubble, stay in the bubble. Let me run through this. Stay in the bubble." She's like, "No, I won't out," and she's like shaking the controller to make it like come closer to me. I'm stop! I'm trying to run through this course so we can just get through it.
That's the hard thing about that game is like the further you are apart, the screen gets smaller because the landscape has to adapt. And I remember playing that one where there was no limit, and the screen kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I'm just like, keep up.
Keep up.
For the love of Christ, keep up, because I can't go backwards. I can't do that.
Well, you gotta take it slow. There's a lot of secret stuff. They like to hide things in these games, man.
Your first playthrough, you don't look for secret shit. Your first playthrough, you beat that motherfucker to an inch of its life and keep playing.
Actually, I'm the other way around.
Oh, you got to find all the secret shit.
First playthrough, I'm all secret shit.
Nope.
I take it slow. I find all the little stuff, and then the more I play, the faster I get, and then I try speed running that stuff by the time I'm by the end of it.
I'm a big level grinder. That's my thing,
dude. That is if it's like an RPG,
yeah.
and you're just building your character up like the new Zelda game. So it's like, yeah, I could go find her ass and save her. But I kind of want to see how many people I could kill with one heart.
That needs to be a side story in Mario.
Yeah.
I could go save her, but I want to see how many people I can kill first.
Right. How many lives can I get in Super Mario? Oh, yeah, I get 99 before I get to Donut Island. just grind the fuck out of that game. But yeah, like the Contra game side scrollers were always fun, especially when you're playing in an arcade, when you had Streets of Rage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was a side beat 'em ups, and you always had that 2-player game. And watching people try to do that, especially if the handicap is off and Free Fire is on, so you can accidentally hit the person. Me and you played that for the Sega at your house through the Switch. Remember it was part of the Sega. It was one of those no no nonsense fucking Sega games. It was a side scroller beat 'em up, and me and you were like,
Oh,
what the fuck
yeah.
are these characters? And it's just like
It was like
over-
Rage of Streets, like knockoff.
Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage.
It's a Streets of Rage
Rage
knockoff.
of Streets.
Yeah.
Streets are fucking mad, dude.
Dude, they had people coming up with trash cans, baseball bats wrapped in barbed wire, and it was just like,
Oh, I remember what you're talking about now. Yeah.
but like it was one of those side scroller beat 'em ups, and me and him had put it on, and it's just like, what the fuck is this? Because it was like Double Dragon. Like the characters are just over the top looking.
Yeah.
You had your big character, your smaller character, and it was just like over the top. Like, was it like a gangland game or it was like a gangland game?
I think so.
Because like we'll fucking find it, but like it's on the Switch like
library
for Sega, and it had a stupid cover on it, and it's just like, well, we got to play it now because it was doing that at the right time. I pulled out that Echo the Dolphin for Sega.
Yeah.
Where you play the dolphin, fight aliens.
Well, what was your favorite multiplayer game, Chris?
Super Mario Brothers. You played as Mario and Luigi.
Oh, well, see, when I think
It's a
multiplayer,
co-op game.
I think like at the same time playing.
Oh, okay. Well, at the same time, it'll be Street Fighter.
Ooh.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo, SNES.
Nice. That's a good one. That's
Not
a good
the new
one.
Challengers one with fucking T-Hawk and Feelong. Fuck that game. I'm talking about with Sagat, fucking Balrog, Bison, Vega, and the original 8.
Nice. Hell yeah.
My dad hated that fucking game.
Because of how violent it was.
No, fuck, he didn't give a fuck about violence. He was just like, why are you kicking my ass? This is bullshit. We're putting we're putting Madden 95. Yeah, he put in Madden 95 to keep us from playing.
I always have a hard time getting a read on your folks because like sometimes the stories you tell me is they're just like, oh my God, Chris, I can't believe you like the things you like. And then sometimes they're like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't keep track, bro.
Arms length parroting is the best parroting. And you get people like me. But like it was a really fun game because it was always because Mortal Kombat wasn't big for the Super Nintendo. You could get the cartridge, but those were
It
always
was big on the Sega because that's when you could get the blood.
yeah, and you had the blood effects you could turn on and off. But
You could put in that secret code
the
and
Street
get the
Fighter
blood.
2, I didn't realize this till I got older. Was the Street Fighter 2 Turbo game I had was different from what's posted on the Switch. This one was locked with 8 characters. You had to unlock the 4 characters. But
Yeah.
because it's a Super Street Fighter, you should automatically get all 12. Anytime you played a Street Fighter game that says Super, that means all the characters are unlocked automatically.
I thought when it said Super, that just meant it was on the Super Nintendo.
No, for this particular thing, for Street Fighter, it's the Super.
Got it.
Like, so Super Street Fighter 5 for the Xbox meant you got all the characters from Street Fighter 5. Like,
Got it.
like-
Got it.
Yeah, so like you still play the story, but you could play it with the entire cast.
Yeah, I'm still just used to like everything. You know the way
That's-
Nintendo does. Anytime they have a system, it's like it's the Super Nintendo, so every game is a super blank. Then they got the Nintendo 64. Now every game is a 64.
Yeah.
you know that kind of shit.
And like, we've played it here before on the on the Switch. I do love the port over a little bit because it is the full super
Yeah.
full cast. And I know we had a ball playing that shit.
Oh God!
But I remember being a kid.
I especially love it because it's like we were sitting here and it was like you, me, Mikey, Cap, and I think even Johnny G may have been over here, and you were just like, "Let's play Street Fighter," and everyone's just like, "Oh, we're gonna beat your ass," and you're just like so nonchalantly, you're not even getting into it. Just the controller laying on your lap, you're just like, "I win."
I think my
win.
I think my favorite thing was
It's like, God damn, Chris.
I think my favorite thing was when me and you were playing one time, and it was like 2 wins out. And I'm just like, you want to play something else?
And I'm like, no.
I would say that shit a lot as a kid. And you just want to play something else? Because I would practice.
That's like the ultimate asshole statement to make too. It's
And
like
like-
when you win multiple in a row, and then the person winning goes, "You want to play something else?"
Play something else.
It's like, no, fuck you. No, I don't want to play
That's
something else. I want to play this until
That's
I
the
beat
essential.
you.
That's the essential multiplayer
You can't
game.
even master downright punch.
Yeah.
We're done. This game is over.
But yeah, that
Call your mama. Go home. The sleepover's canceled, bro.
And you know what? Give me that fucking juice pouch. Just snatch the shit out of their hand.
Leave the Doritos. I said, leave the Doritos.
And the other game that I had that I'm kind of sad they've never expanded upon was the game they banned for the Super Nintendo, which was Killer Instinct with the black cartridge. I'm just like, I played Street Fighter. This is not as bad as Street Fighter. Like, this is just the same fucking game. You had other characters that looked weird as fuck. Like, you had a guy named Glacier. He was literally like Sub-Zero. and you had Falgor and all that. Yeah, literally had a fucking skeleton with a shield and a sword. I'm just like, really? This is the game you're going to ban?
We're worried about the kids, Chris.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
Quote of the century: "Fuck them kids."
Yeah, fuck
Not
them
fuck
kids.
the kids, but fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. To quote Bob Ross.
Well, I'll lead into this one a little bit because I know Mikey's got some comments on it, because the Switch is awesome for multiplayer games, and a multiplayer game that I decided to pick up because I even asked Mikey, I was like, hey man, you've got the Switch, I'm trying to pick up a few more games, what would you recommend as a fun 2-player game? And you're like, well, if you want a 2-player game that makes you want to pull your fucking hair out, get Overcooked. And I looked, and sure as shit, Overcooked, like the Ultimate Edition, which had like the first game, the second game, and like the bonus, like extra stages and shit, for like $15. And I'm like, why the fuck not? Bought it. My girl and I refuse to play it with each other anymore.
Yeah.
It's not a relationship building game.
It is.
Bro, so the concept of the game is you're in a kitchen, and it works like a real kitchen with the same amount of stresses because shit cooks fast.
Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done.
Yes, and you've got to go.
Why aren't they on the goddamn plate?
The first level or two completely lulls you into this false sense of security.
It's not as stressful, so it's okay.
You've got this normal ass kitchen where you can just kind of walk around, get everything out where you need it to be, everything. Then like 4th level, oh, well, now there's a moving platform you got to kind of bounce between the two. All right, whatever. By level 10, it's like rotating things and like things flipping around on you and flipping back. And it's just like, oh my fucking God. And then like every level you have something different to cook, whether it be burgers or soup or sandwiches or
Soup and sandwiches.
or sushi or just anything. So it's like you have to put the right things in order, combine it together, put it on the plate, get it up to the pass. And trying to do that as a co-op can be very stressful, especially when sometimes...
Yeah, co-op is a very particular style of gaming that is super fucking stressful.
Oh, yeah. Especially when, say, you're about 10 levels in and you're each on your own platform and you've got to throw ingredients back and forth because, let's say, only you have the oven and only they have the stove. And you've got the raw ground beef, and you got to throw that to them, and then they got to put it in the pan, and then they got to throw the full thing back to you so you can assemble it and like put it at the pass.
I got a good feeling because of the writer's strike, I would watch a cooking show about that.
Yeah.
Just like 3 guys from like the fucking Eagles just defensing the fuck out of it. No, you need to pass the Laura and the lettuce. Oh, okay. And it's just this
Go along,
you stupid bitch. And it's just like, hey, we need to get the burgers out. Okay, I'm going. I said now, bitch.
Yeah. And the
And
best
just getting
part,
checked by fucking some
if
dude.
you don't get it off the grill in time, the fucking building catches on fire.
Yes,
That's fun.
that's another great mechanic of it. Exactly what Mikey said. If you leave a burger on that griddle for too long, it starts a fire.
Like in real life.
And that fire quickly spreads.
There's a fire extinguisher that is not very conveniently located at all.
Just like in real life kitchens.
Yes.
Hey, where do we put the fire extinguisher? It's locked in the goddamn office because people kept fucking with it. God damn it.
Yeah, exactly. On this one, it's on the far end of the kitchen. Exactly. And it's in the spot where when you're trying to grab it, you're going to be picking something else up the entire time. It's like, no, I don't want lettuce. I want the fire extinguisher.
And the manager won't open the door because he's geeked out on fucking black tar heroin.
And whippets.
This seems like this would be the like. I haven't played the game, but it just seems like 2 space 18-wheelers trying to get off a burger, and this is like, hey, where's the other one? In that galaxy over there, motherfucker.
In
Good
the
luck.
third game, they need to have the servers just saying stupid shit through the window.
Oh my God, yes. Actually, that needs to be a stream, as me and Chris playing Overcooked with both of us having like kitchen experience. See if like 2 people actually working in high volume kitchens could work together in this game to actually get it done properly.
Yeah. I would love to redesign the game. So if you can mod the game and have the customer or whatever say actual stuff I've heard from customers. Hey, where's all the lettuce, you racist fuck? And I'm just like, I've been told that. I've been called racist because I ran out of lettuce in a salad bar. Hey, where'd all the mac and cheese go? Man, fuck you, dude. You don't like us.
Fuck you, dude.
It's like, I'm going to meet you outside. Like, I had a guy threaten me because I ran out of baked mac and cheese. Like, these are real things. Like, that would be something that you could mod into the game. It's just like, oh, fuck, I'm going to get stabbed in the parking lot after the game. You're just like a fun thing. Well, those games though, the high stress like co-op games, I think are kind of fascinating when you like change the genre. You know,
Yeah.
that one. Those are very cool looking because it's the shifting levels and everything, like you said. But if you get like a high stress like fear game, like a scary game that requires a 2-person, there are not many of them out there except for maybe the Left 4 Dead series and that one game where you got to survive the night.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Well, there's that one, but that one's not a co-op. I'm talking about the one where it's like 4 people against 1.
Oh, Slender.
Yeah, but there's like a franchise game.
Yeah.
But it was another game too where they change the killer all the time. It's Jason or it's Freddy.
That was an actual Friday the 13th game where you put in a randomizer. Someone would be
the camp counselors, and then
the other ones would be the
it's a
killer.
4-on-1 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 4-on-1 co-op game, and the one guy by himself is just like super fucking amp, the hunter all the time, and he's building up too. Prey is like this too, and I think those kind of games are very cool when you're trying to rotate that 5th person.
Yeah.
Kind of like when we're playing like Business Walrus, and everybody plays the game differently.
Yeah.
But like, can you imagine getting somebody that's really good at this one job and then he gets it and you're just like, he's just on the mic the whole time. Keep the fuck up. Well, this one guy's just beating the shit out of you because he's basically a monster from hell.
Well, when you're talking about horror co-op games, that was a huge trend there for a minute. Like that was a pretty hot thing because, like I was mentioning, Slender. That was a co-op game where you'd be put in a randomizer, and then so you had like 4 people running around trying to survive, and then one person would be Slender Man, and you'd be hunting down people, and you could teleport. But you would like move slow, but you could teleport. So you'd have like your strengths and your weaknesses. It was very rock paper scissors, where someone could always get the upper hand on you, but you could also easily get the upper hand on them if you played the game the right way. There was also a Friday the 13th game that was very similar, where they would kind of flip around between are you going to
Dead by Daylight? That's the game I'm thinking of.
Okay, got it. It's like, are you going to be Freddy, or are you going to be the people trying to run away? That type shit. And those games are a lot of fun, although I never got to actually play them. I always just watched YouTubers and streamers and shit play those.
I remember there was a kind of explanation online about those games because you need the 5 people, or at least 4, because the computer can take over the 5th person. But with those games like that, where it's 4-on-1 of how fucking nerve-wracking it is, because there are set things that have to be done in a certain order, and I kind of like that. There's a structure. You got to have a team, and building a team is always tough, and a lot of team building exercises in that. There's a lot of that going on. Because I can only imagine, I would never let a significant other and myself play a game like Overcooked. Now we're playing checkers. Okay,
Well, another good one, and I don't know if I feel like Mikey may have played it. I don't know about Chris. I think probably the most fun, maybe not the ultimate, but probably the most fun co-op game is Mario Party.
Yeah.
That one is a ton of fun because you get the mixture of like a board game type thing where it's like you roll the dice, you move a certain amount of spaces. Once everyone does their turn, you do a mini game, and within that mini game, it determines who gets extra coins. And then
is that a co-op game though?
I consider it. It's
a
multiplayer game.
It is technically because you're both all working toward the same goal, but individually you want to get it before the other person. It's like a board game goal, like a board game game.
Yeah, and I would still consider that multiplayer because it's like sometimes during the mini games it'd be like a 2 versus 2 or a 1 versus 3 or a all for 1. There can only be one winner, and that to me is really fun because it's always strategy. Okay, who can get to the star first with the 20 coins? Who's gonna hoard the most of coins? Who's gonna get the item that can fuck someone over? There's a lot of like strategic kind of planning and moving that can kind of go into that game. But you can also just go at it with just reckless abandonment. Fuck it, I'm just going to choose this. I'm going to go this direction. And you can get just a different result every time. And sometimes, just like Mario Kart, that game is 100% unfair. The computers will fuck you over. And to the point where you're just like, God damn it, what the fuck? But you know what? If the computers didn't fuck you over, it probably wouldn't be as fun of a game.
I used to play Mario Party 6 on the GameCube by myself.
Yes! I had that once.
By myself on like expert mode, just like kicking ass. And then I finally realized I'm the best person at Mario Party. And it's
wasn't that the one that had the cart builder and stuff for like the bonus level? You could build up carts and battle other people. It's kind of like a...
I don't think so.
Like a Twisted Metal type thing?
No, more.
It's the one that
more
came
like
with
a
the
BattleBot
microphone
thing.
that you put in the
with the
memory
day and night
card.
cycles.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I had the game right before that.
Gotcha.
That was like the only game I had for GameCube I never played.
Really?
I actually had Mario Party. I just never played it.
Love
I
Mario
did
Party.
the same shit Mikey did. I play one player game on expert for like you'd pick like the 60 turns and you'd play like literally all fucking day. I was just telling my girl about this because when we move in, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna be able to play all the old Mario parties and we can play longer ones." Because on the new one,
Mario parties.
well, the new Mario Party only lets you go up to 30 turns.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit. That's only
And
an
the
hour
mini
game.
games are weak as fuck.
Yeah, it's like that's just an hour play. Fuck you. If I'm playing a Mario Party, I'm in this for 3 hours. Let's go. You know? And I'm used to playing like a 60 turn game on like those old GameCube versions. I was telling her.
But
I
they
was
won't
like,
let you change it.
you can adjust it, but you can only take it up to 30. You can adjust it in 5 turn intervals up to
That's
30.
Kind of fucking lame.
It is. Because I was like, because again, we can rock out a 30 turn game in like an hour and a half. And it's like, we were just getting started. Like everyone just now started getting some like serious coin and stars. Like now we can really start fucking each other up. Let's go. Oh no, now we're getting our bonus stars and it's the end of the game.
Hey.
Yeah, when it came to 2-player games, the Mario Brothers games, you know, standard, because I was always playing it with somebody else, and it got to the point where I got so like the muscle memory was so on that I remember we were playing. It was the SNES Mini. A friend of mine had bought it, and I go to her house to play it, and her mom's watching, and she's a huge Mario fan because she played Super Nintendo when her kids were born. So she's watching us play, and she's playing with a new controller, you know, but it's still the same size, you know. It's a great feel, you know. It brings you back into that. And so I'm watching her play it. I'm like, hey, Rhonda, I'll play. She's like, oh, okay. And I play Luigi, and I'm just like holding that run button down and doing all this shit. And she's like stress watching. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, because the second level in Super Mario Brothers in the island is the acrobat, basically, where there's the yellow bricks moving side to side or they're expanding and stuff like that. And I'm just hitting the perfect hit spot every time it bounces my way across it. And she's like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh yeah, this is how I used to play. Just fast as fuck.
Get good.
Yeah, I've treated that shit like Elden Ring, motherfucker. Like people now, I'm just like, I would love to see an Elden Ring person try to play Super Mario Brothers on the SNES and trying to have the patience of this, like, they barely even knowing what's coming on the other side of that screen while you're just hauling ass.
Well, that's what I was doing with the new Super Mario Brothers Deluxe U, whatever the fuck, for Switch. And I was cheesing that thing, just running through that course. And like Rachel's still like doing the normal trot. Like she's not holding down B. And I'm just like, you gotta run. Let's go.
Oh, here's a 2-player game me and my brother played a lot, was the Tetris for the 64.
Oh,
so it was the 3-dimensional one.
Yeah, you could spin it.
Shit,
It was like a column you could spin.
Oh, I forgot about that one, dude.
Tetris Core?
Yeah, that was an arcade game. I remember that they had that in the arcade at the laundromat.
Yes, that's where I saw it most. I actually didn't remember. Like, when you said that, it jogged my memory, but I didn't know they had a 64 port. I always remembered seeing in the
and I think because
arcade.
of that, it's like, because Tetris is such a fun game anyway.
Yeah.
It's basically hey, can you move very quickly? Are you organized?
Yeah.
Because this is I'm going to use these skills later on when I'm packing shit in my car.
But it's also a great 2-player game.
Yeah.
When you have them both side by side, and now you're also kind of peeking at the other person, and it gets tense, and you're talking shit.
And I think that's what, because the Switch, one of their biggest mistakes was Tetris 99. That was
horrible.
What the fuck was that?
I hated that.
Dude, I broke out the Switch and because I was playing Tears of the Kingdom, but I was just like, fuck. It's like, so I pulled out the Game Boy, and they had Tetris for the Game Boy. I was just like, do 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 do, and I'm just like, this is so much goddamn relaxing. And it gets faster and faster. I'm just like, it's still more relaxing than Tears of the Kingdom. Jesus Christ. I don't have to worry about a fucking brick falling from the sky and killing me like a meteor. And I was thinking about like a lot of I don't know if you played it. You probably like the sports games, which were built for 2 players. You know, like the Maddens and the NBA Jam, the 2K series and stuff like that.
Madden 03, you could not touch Michael Vick.
No, fuck no. Dog, son, he can run. No, I remember. So you might remember this. You remember the specialty teams in those games where you had the All Madden team, which was like a greatest a greatest team ever. Their stats were always 99 on everything. And they were just almost impossible. You could never catch a receiver. You could never touch the quarterback because their defense is all the way the fuck up. But we had one for the PlayStation 2. And you know the clothing brand Echo? With the rhino?
Yeah.
They had an Echo team on the Madden game named after and they had this guy, Robert Coltrane, this fictional character football player. This motherfucker was untouchable playing this game. And then we would play, me and him would play, because the first time you could do co-op on the same team. You remember when they started doing that? Yeah. So back in the day, it was just like you versus the other person. You couldn't be on the same team. And man, playing this fucking character, it's like he punts the ball. I know this is kind of a sports thing, but he punts the ball. It's fucking 5,000 feet in the fucking air. It's got the drag time of like 7 minutes. you kick a field goal from the fucking your 1 yard line, you know. But this guy, they put this fictional character in this game who was so overpowered, and they named the team after a fucking clothing brand, Echo.
I know. I've seen here this entire time when you brought up Echo because I used to sell that shit when I was at Dillard's. I want to say that's a clothing brand by an athlete.
Yeah.
I want to say so.
But like at that time, it was branded in the Madden game.
Yeah.
It was just like no other time in Madden did they ever do it again. I'm just like, if I could find that one Madden game, I'd get that shit and play fucking 30 goddamn seasons with that Echo team. Just to run up the score 1,000-1 all fucking day.
I used to love playing people that sucked at Madden.
Yeah.
Just be doing stupid shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like run special teams plays when it makes no fucking sense.
Me and my dad would play
lap
Madden.
them on the field a few times.
Me and my dad would play Madden, and because it's the SNES, it doesn't look great, but back then it was the best fucking game ever. But what we would do is you run diagonally, and what was cool was after the down, right? After the ball stops, your guys had about a good 5-10 seconds to get back up and tackle each other. Like, it's like that was another cool thing. You could get back up, and I'm just like chasing other people. I'm like, "Come here, you son of a bitch!" But it's like in the little 16-bit form, it was just the funnest fucking game because it's like, oh no, we're down to the fourth, and I'm just getting back up and just like spearing some fucking guy, and a little guy about this big.
It wasn't a multiplayer only because I never played it with more than one person other than that being me. But the only sports game I ever played was actually for the NES when it was RBI baseball.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I played that one. I've still got that. I played that a ton, and I can still hear the fucking music in my ear.
We had. I didn't like baseball games a lot. We had one of the LJN games, one of the the Rainbow. One of the worst Super Nintendo game manufacturers.
I'm sorry.
But it was Roger Clemens baseball, and all the teams were made up. And I'm just playing this game, and this game sucks so fucking bad. And I'm just like, no, wait. The only thing worse than watching baseball is trying to play baseball in a video game. It's so much fucking worse.
I enjoyed that one, though. I enjoyed RBI. I think it was simply because it was so low tech. It was actually, there was a certain amount of charm to it, seeing all these little pixels running around chasing this little square ball and like barely getting home runs and everything else. There's a certain charm. Now, if I was playing this on the Xbox, I would have no fucking interest.
Oh, but watching it on the Xbox is like watching a fucking game.
Which is why I would have no fucking interest.
Did Mario have a baseball?
Yeah, they had
Super Mario Strikers.
Yeah, that was a soccer game.
Strikers is a soccer
game.
Yeah.
But they had a baseball game.
Yeah, they did, though.
They look like Mario Sports coalition thing.
Strikers was a lot of fun.
I was going to say they had soccer.
Mario Tennis is the best.
They had soccer, tennis, golf, and...
the rich man games. That rich fucking plumber.
All the country club games Mario had a hand in.
Come, Peach, let's go play the 9. It's like, okay. Luigi, stay behind.
Go invite Bowser.
Yeah, go invite Bowser. Just them playing putt-putt, and just Bowser just like with his toothpick fucking club. It's like, Cinderella story here in Augusta. Quiet day. I just burns the field. God fucking damn it. Birdie again? Fuck! As we could,
Bowser, what the fuck? I told you if you do that again, I was going to have to take it out of your fucking paycheck.
Just fucking Jim Nance from fucking the PGA. Just as we could see, the Bowser is
lit the fairway on fire.
Lit the fairway on fire. Let's check Luigi on par 6 on pole number 4. God fucking damn it! Just like throwing his fucking club, breaking it.
Why am I here when I can be figuring out who Pepe Sylvia is? Pepe Sylvia, holy fuck!
I think that was the weirdest thing about those games when you're trying to introduce a franchise to a multiplayer sports game. Because I remember Outlaws Golf. You remember that game where you just could shoot the ball out of the fucking sky if you wanted to?
Oh yeah, fuck! I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But like even fighting games incorporated little sports inside it. Did you ever play Tekken Tag for the PlayStation 2?
No.
Tekken Tag was a game where you could tag your fighter in and out with the secondary fighter. It was very fun.
Oh, yeah. I've
but
played that.
me and my buddy would never play the fighting part. We would play Tekken Bowling.
Oh yeah!
It was just like, why are we playing all these? One of the greatest fighting game franchises out of Japan, and we're playing the bowling part, the special part they added to the game for like the
mini game.
The mini game.
Yeah.
But like we're playing we're playing a full round of bowling, and I'm just like, this game is fun.
I think one of the latest Call of Duties or one of those fucking games has a mini game where it's mini golf, but with like weird parameters, and you have to like hit the ball through zombies.
That's
I
fun.
enjoyed that way more than fucking Call of Duty.
And I think that's what kind of like for multiplayer, the experience, I think that's so much better when you're just adding just the goofiest fucking shit. Because I remember Spider-Man the movie game had like a Target kind of mini game going on, and if you played the Green Goblin, it was easy as fuck because he just shot it, and it's just like Spider-Man's got to do all these fucking moves and shit. And I'm just like, oh god, I'm glad I beat this on expert mode.
Well, I feel we would be remiss talking about multiplayer games if we did not mention the Jackbox series of games.
Oh yeah, we've got a ball playing those.
Holy shit! What's the one we played at Tyler's and then later your place?
Oh, Quiplash.
Quiplash. I would love to stream Quiplash.
Huh.
But no one we play Quiplash with could be stream worthy
On Patreon.
only on Patreon or only in the Discord could we stream Quiplash. But I will tell you, you will never laugh harder than when the three of us plus a few others play Quiplash.
The cool thing about that game is you gotta be quick on the trigger.
And that's why you're good at it. You're really good at like on your toes thinking of like a comeback or something like that. So like someone gives you a free like finish this phrase or give a definition for this, you're on it immediately, which is a huge leg up in a game like this.
So there's another version of this. There's another pack, and it was I thought about getting it for the Switch just because it was multiple games of Quiplash, but it was different versions. And one was a rapping game. It would give you 2 sentences, and you rap from those 2 sentences, and you're creating a rap song. And it's very simple. Bun, da, da, bun, da, da, bun, da, da, bun. And it give you the beat, and you would write it out, and then go. And then they would show 2 robots in a city just rapping to each other.
Oh, Rap Robots. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And there was that game, and there was Secret Valentine, which was like...
I know that sounds very on the nose, Mikey, but like as soon as he said that, I was like, oh shit, yes, I actually remember that game.
But it kind of reminds me of like something... Because it could be raunchy, you could make... Because I would say vicious fucking shit. And...
It's like the MTV version.
Your mother. I'm sorry, Miss blah 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 blah. But like that was like so much because I was playing with very conservative people, and I was just like, I'm gonna test the waters real quick, just tip a toe, and I fell in, and they got uncomfortable really fucking quickly. And I'm just like, you guys want to play Cards Against Humanity instead? It's like, and then they were like, oh, we're gonna take these cards out because so and so doesn't like them. I'm just like, oh fucking Jesus!
And it was all the good cards.
It's all the good cards, or the cards that people need to know the meaning of. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, hey, what is this? Well, we have Google.
I still love when we were playing.
I'm going incognito mode, but yeah.
I still love when we were playing Cards Against Humanity up at the Rim with the Smiths and like Cooper and Keenan. Like there would be certain cards you'd lay down, you'd look at them and be like, so do you know what this means? And they're like, no. And you go, well, segregation.
Yeah, just let me give you a backstory on this.
I stand.
Like,
why is it in the swamp?
Why do we have to drain it?
Yeah. Well, like, let's say with like Business Walrus, just it's a multiplayer game, because you got to be quick on your feet too, because that's timed. But I would love to see that in an online or like a gaming profile, Business Walrus on the Switch. And it's just the man just a walrus in a suit, and been like $5.99, cheap as fuck. And the cool thing about Quiplash was you didn't need a Switch to do it. You could always do it on PlayStation or Xbox, which was always cool.
Yeah. And also because all you needed was the actual game, and then to get everyone to play, they just go to a website.
Yeah. So
it's like you play on your phone.
One of the games I own through Steam and, incorporates in the Discord because, Steam and Discord work so well together was board games. And it was it was only like $9.99 or something like that. My cousin gifted it to me through Steam. And every board game you can fucking imagine is on this fucking platform. And we started playing some rare games. Dude, we were playing Uno. And one guy was just like losing his goddamn shit because he was just like 40 cards deep. Everyone had like 5. Where's the goddamn fucking Jesus? And like the game will automatically give you cards because they know you don't have it. And I think that's the more fucked up thing because they're just like chip.
So in order to play this, would everyone need to have a Steam account?
Everyone would need to have that game.
Oh,
that's the
shitty part.
And because it's so cheap, is kind of like because when I mean every game, I mean every board game you played as a kid is on that fucking game. Trouble, Sorry, Monopoly,
Risk,
Stratego. You remember Stratego? I love Stratego.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's a lying game. It's a game about lying.
Okay.
But like look,
that is seriously one of those games where it's like as soon as you said the name, I was like, yeah. And then when you quizzed me on, I was like, I don't know what the box looks like now.
They have a lot of rare card games and a lot of proprietary games. They have a game called Fuck You, which was a card game I played as a kid.
Yes!
That's on there. And I haven't played that in years. I was just like, damn, I about forgot the fucking rules.
See, because I'm sitting here going, you're like you said, that pairs up with the Discord. I was like, bro, that'd be fun. Like, get like a Sunday night Uno thing going in the Discord. And like everyone just playing like a few rounds of Uno, smoke up, drink up, do whatever you want. Just have a nice little chill Sunday night game.
Now, how do you feel like, a lot of the games we're talking about were games we played with someone beside us. How do you think, like, have y'all done a lot of experience with online multiplayer games? Because I don't do that shit. I do not fuck around on that. I do not play people online.
The only one I've played is Halo Reach.
Now, is that 3. A co-op or is that like capture the flag or like one-on-one?
Online play was like
whatever
one-on-one. You couldn't do co-op online.
See, that's the only reason I play online to do co-op. Because I just don't like playing online with other people because people can fuck with it too much, and it just doesn't make it fun anymore.
I've played mass multiplayer online games like RuneScape and World of Warcraft.
That's what I was about to say. That's been my only experience with like online multiplayer, like Fall Guys, where you're playing like in a big room with a bunch of other people.
Yeah,
that's really been the only multiplayer though. Outside of that, I think I got on Mario Kart Online once. But I was just like, all right, fuck all these bitches.
I was a fucking menace on RuneScape. Me and my friend Corey. We were both like level.
That's a 7th grade.
We were
memory.
level capped on the. So we didn't pay for it. So like, there was, I think the level cap was maybe 65 or some shit. And then we go up to someone that's like level 35, level 40 with some decent shit. And just go up to them and like get in the chat and be like, hey, we can show you where the dragons are at. Just like shit like that. Take them to a high level area where they just get fucking killed.
They just murder them.
Pick up all their shit and go sell it.
Yeah, that's called toxic gaming. You piece of shit.
You're the problem with gaming, Mikey. You're the problem.
Those are the funny. Like I will say, those are the funny videos to watch online of like a game like Rust. Have you ever heard of this game?
Oh God, yes.
Where you start with nothing and you're just like, I got a rock, I got a stick, and then 45,000 hours later, I got a house. Oh fuck, I lost my house.
Basically.
But like, I do love the video. I do love like the fishing people do, where they'll send a guy out with nothing, and it's like, hey man, I'm just trying to start off, and this guy who's like decked out is just like, fuck you, bro, just stomps him to death, and it's just like, hey, what the fuck, because you're actively chatting with the motherfucker, and it's just like you get back out and you get a little bit closer to that person's base or whatever, where they've got all their fucking loot in the server, and then there's like 50 other motherfuckers with you that have been watching this from a distance, been like, oh yeah, let's get closer to his house. And it's always just like, dude, turn around. Nah, that's a fucking trick. Turn around, and there's 50 motherfuckers behind you, just like it's going to stomp you to death and take all your shit. And then you got people that are just ridiculously good at the game, which I love watching, because they'll go after like toxic players, which is just the best fucking thing to watch. Some poor kid just screaming, saying all kinds of fucked up shit in the chat. That's what That's the downfall of multiplayer games. It's just like the terrible shit coming out of people's mouths.
Or conversely, some of the greatest things. There's this kid right now on YouTube that's going into like Fortnite and all these battle royale kind of like chat room type games, and he puts on a voice changer. And he sounds like this kid. And so he's like talking this mad shit. But he sounds like this little kid. And he's just like, I'm talking about titties and boobies and big knockers and yada, yada, yada. Whoa, we're going to win this one for the boys. Oh, fuck yeah. And they're like, this little kid's cussing. And it's again like this 20-year-old that's putting his voice through this voice modulator. But it sounds so real. He's getting all these people like tricked into it. And like he's saying like the most... It honestly sounds like an innocent version of South Park.
Yeah.
Hit voice chat, where it's like they're saying all the things you would hear in South Park, but innocently, not with that, witty, fuck you kind of humor, but just like, my mommy said I couldn't do this anymore because I taught the girl with big titties, but I like big titties. Shit like that. They're like, bro, what the fuck is this kid talking about?
And why is he kicking all of our asses?
Yes, exactly. And that's the thing. He's going through absolutely murdering these fucking adults. I'm like, come on, guys, let's win it for the team. Teamwork makes the dream work. Woo!
What's funny is what's fucked up is there is an actual kid online that plays like Modern Warfare or Call of Duty or whatever.
There's a lot of kids.
Yeah, but this one in particular, this guy randomly clicked on his Twitch account. Every time he kills someone, the dude stops and has a 30-second rave party.
I've seen this.
Dude, have you seen this? The kid's got like a little flame thing, a little flame buster that cuts on, and I mean, he's having a rave,
legit, bro. It's just like,
and it's lasers, and he's just like. And on his Twitch, he's like, every time he gets a kill, he stops for 30 seconds and raves in his fucking ring.
And as fast as it starts is as fast as it stops. Like the lights immediately just back to normal. He's sitting back down playing again.
And it's on Twitch, and this guy just randomly clicked on it. He's like, dude, I had to give that kid some money because he killed him. The kid killed him in the game, and he's just like, well, let's see.
Yeah, and immediately gets up doing like the like that, and the
fucking
lights
laser, smoke machine, little flamethrower, boof, boof, boof.
Yeah, he's like picking up the flamethrower, going.
Motherfucker's just jamming.
Oh yeah, and
I love that
shit. As soon as 30 seconds up, he's right back in the seat.
Genius.
Just
fucking
going.
jamming.
Fucking printing money.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely.
I'd give that kid fucking $5. Fucking here you go.
And that's the sad thing is I'm sitting here looking at that being like, fuck. Why didn't I think of this?
Because you didn't go to LAN parties.
I know I didn't.
Because you didn't go to fucking LAN parties and play Quake with your friends and talk shit to each other in chat.
Oh god, no, that's perfect.
I will say that the only LAN party I went to was in high school, at the high school, because the teacher works on a local area network of all the computers, and it was the drafting class, and if they finished everything early and got the assignment done, they would all play Quake 2 together within the room, and the teacher would be in that motherfucker too, be like. And he's fucking stomping motherfuckers to death in that game. And
I love it.
And it was like one of the only games I ever played like that where I had fun because the person was near me.
Yeah.
That's what takes the multiplayer out of it when they're not near you or you don't know them that well.
That.
Like if we all played a online game from our homes, it'd be personable because we know each other, but like
especially if we all hopped in like a Discord or a Zoom chat, that way we can all like hear each other and like the reactions. Like honestly, I think
guys, my Teams link ain't working.
Like honestly, I think if the three of us hopped in like a Discord chat or a Zoom call and played like Uno or Battleship, I think we would probably have just as much fun doing it digitally as we do in person, mainly because we enjoy fucking with each other. We like making each other laugh, so it's like we would still be carrying that through even online. Hell, even maybe a little bit more comfortable because we'd probably be just in our fucking underwear in our beds fucking playing this, so we just feel comfortable and just talking the biggest shit.
And that's what I liked about doing D&D online was I was playing with people.
I was an ultimate warrior in my underwear.
I don't do that. But it was people I'm playing from all over. One guy was living in Britain at the time, playing with us live. And the other girl, she was in Pittsburgh. The other guy was in West Virginia. The other guy was in South Carolina. So like that was very fun to kind of do. And these were complete strangers to me. But, we are playing a game where we're co-oping and going for one goal.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of like the coolest thing about multiplayer games, the evolution of it. Is the things we can do.
Exactly.
It's kind of like unlimited. I'm just waiting for like someone to set up like an AI system to see how well it could do and how long it would take it to learn a game.
I mean, we already have that CPUs.
Yeah, but a third party CPU carrier. You know, it's like the game has a CPU, and the game, you know, probably has restrictions. Like you know, you set like a level max on a CPU.
Yeah.
So like
easy, medium, hard, expert.
So like this character is the CPU is going to make a mistake intentionally to give you that, you know, that window. You know, if you're playing expert, those windows are few and far between. You are playing at a higher level, but if you had a chap, you know, like an AI, just going into a game playing, you know, or Overcooked or something, how long would it take to learn to adapt and overcome and stuff like that? But that's a different episode.
Which actually, side note, for a full solid week, I have still been trying to make an account on ChatGPT, and they're still shut down.
They heard your phone, man.
They did. They heard I was curious and was going to be using it for nefarious purposes, and they were like, "Nope, you can't have an account."
Just fucking listen,
Fuck
man.
you guys. I'll go to Microsoft. Sorry, our AI is trying to kill everybody, so we got to pull the plug.
Well, Microsoft has so many fuck ups. First, they had like that Tay software that like within a day started like promoting like
racist shit,
Hitler propaganda and shit like that.
People kept feeding it into the fucking dude.
Yeah, it's like Hitler did nothing wrong, and Microsoft's like, let's kill her.
Who set this up for 4chan to fucking put shit in? Who told the 4chan people they're allowed to talk?
Well, see, that's an entirely different episode of like the internet ruining things that could have been fine.
The future is terrifying and fantastic.
Well, have we missed any other games? Because we talked about Quiplash, but I mean, in those Jackbox games, you also have like the You Don't Know Jack, which is like a quiz show, which is always real fun to be able to play with your friends. But I mean, just any of those Jackbox games are really fun.
I think the ones we only missed was probably the first-person shooters, is because, or the massive RPGs, which are just storytelling games.
Yeah, and this stuff like
Resident Evil is a great co-op shooter.
Resident Evil 5
was
fucking tough. I remember playing that for the first time.
With the fucking dot sight on
because 4 you're in the village, 5 you're in Africa.
And 6 you're getting you're sucking off a giraffe. I'm sorry, I will never be able to look at that box art the same way. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, for Resident Evil 6?
For Resident Evil 6, if you look at the box art, it's if I'm thinking of the right game, it's kind of like got a purplish background, and Resident Evil's kind of like in a sticky looking font. The 6
is weird looking.
Looks like a kid blowing a giraffe. Do you see it? And Mikey's pulling it up on his phone.
But the co-op in those games in 5 was kind of like revolutionary, because 4 is just a single player game. I remember the opening for fucking 5 was tough as shit, because if you play with that person, for 5, if you didn't have somebody that was worth a fuck, you're not getting past the first stage. Like they need to be on their shit.
Yeah.
And Xbox, that was big for them when they went to 360, because they had Army of Two, Kane and Lynch. You know, those were all just 2-player games that were just co-op as fuck.
I guess, what was that other game? It's really big. You had like a chainsaw on your fucking gun.
Gears of War.
Gears of War, yeah. That was co-op, right? A pretty heavy co-op game.
Yeah, you could play 2 people, and it would layer screen. And then they changed it to where you both were on the same screen, which was kind of nice, but it worked like the Mario game was, and you need to keep up, motherfucker.
Well, I mean, if we're going all the way to that, let's go to our very first co-op shooter, GoldenEye 007 GoldenEye.
Yeah.
GoldenEye 007.
Yeah. The niche thing they put in there, just like, hey, this is just fun little, and that started as an accident. Just like,
but it is really weird. Like that was the first like co-op shooter game.
It was a tournament game. It was PvP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, co-op didn't come around till about a little bit later when it was shooters, because
I just meant like 2 shooters on the same screen, like split screen shooting competition
and
stuff.
Because it was 64, you could do 4 screens. And, dude, I remember playing a GameCube game like that, Medal of Honor, the multiplayer. Dude, 4 people, fuck that bullshit. That is hard as fuck to do, because you can't not look at the other screens and just like know where that motherfucker's at. Just spin around, bop.
Well, I think this has been a really good episode of
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm just fucking
I was going to say, this has been a solid one, man. There was no like long pauses where I had to edit like breaks out or be like, so what are we going to talk about now? Okay, yeah, we can talk about that. Okay, so we're going to talk about...
we can talk about the very hard liquor and drinks.
Yeah, that's probably the reason I was a little froggier in this episode. I got a little hard lemonade in me, so I was a little bit more intact antagonistic than usual, but
That
fuck
literally
it.
sounds like a gay sex move. Hard lemonade.
But fuck it, you know what? By the time we're wrapping up this episode, it is 3:00 in the morning. So
and we got shit to move.
yeah, we got shit to move. So it's like if we're doing this, we're fucking doing this, man. We're hardcore. And Mikey, thank you, man, for hanging out with us and doing an episode. That's awesome.
Course.
Love having you on the network. Need to get you your own show.
I don't know about that.
Fireside chats with Mikey.
Well, I was gonna say, you have such a brain that
Will it melt on the Weber grill?
Oh, I'll be on that motherfucker. Hey, I have a Mewtwo Pokemon card, first edition. Let's see if it melts. Oh my god! Why would he do that? You were doing like an 8-ball. Like it's just like yeah, Magic 8-ball melts next to a Mewtwo first edition.
honestly, man, Mikey, you would be the kind of guy that, like, if you just recorded voice memos throughout the week and I like stitched them together with like radio noise in between where it's like okay, so I was thinking the other day, yada yada blah blah blah, and a yada yada 2-minute thing. All right, well, I guess that's all I got. Hey guys, it's Mikey again. All right, so
You ever wonder if planets are delicious?
You just got to add like a.
dude, I would stitch all of those together into a 15-minute show. That would just be the thought, the
Just
brain
add
of
a-
Mikey Black.
You need to add like just like a coast to coast AM like George Norrie. Well, Mikey, let's find out. It's just like,
Oh my god, yes, I'd put that like old AM effect on your voice the entire time.
hey, we have a new caller, Mikey Black. Well, you see, fucking Pepsi's agenda. It's just like, I'll do like a radio call-in show, just like someone doing like the coast to coast AM voice, that mid-Atlantic voice, and like we got a caller.
Oh my god, so yeah, pair that with like your first thought is like so like pedestrian. I wonder what clouds taste like. So like when I look up at clouds, like I see them and like I visualize like the kind of flavor they might have. Maybe a cotton candy, but maybe I'm looking too deep into it. Maybe it's like a meringue because it is kind of fluffy. Just something so benign, and then like by the end of it, you're like, so I was thinking about the Vegas shootings the other day.
It's just like, well, Mikey, thanks for calling in. Thanks for calling in to Coast to Coast. And blah blah blah. Thanks for calling the Something Good Coast to Coast Network. And then they just beep, and this is like somebody in the background. Screen the fucking call next time. But it's just always Mikey calling. God damn it! Well, hey, Mikey, welcome back to the show. Tell us what's on your mind.
Garbage Man doesn't come on
Garbage Man
Sunday.
doesn't exist.
That sounds fucking ridiculous. Thanks for calling, Mikey. Beep. God damn it, Darren! 5th time this week. 5th. Do you know this son of a bitch? And it's like,
He's using different phone numbers, motherfucker. I don't know how many phone numbers he has. He's called from 10 different lines.
he sounded like a woman.
Shit, he might be. Hell, he might be black too.
God, can you imagine if we did like Discord, a call in?
Oh man!
Just do like a San
a
Andreas,
Discord call-in
but
episode.
do it like GTA Radio. And it's just like, hey guys, this is Chris from Discord Radio coming at you. We got some callers coming right in. Come on in. Let's let them go. Alex, send us a call through. And it's just like fucking David Dirt. Man, let me tell you about the goddamn Luciferians working in the nursing home next to my goddamn house. And it's just like, fascinating, Davey. Great. How's your music career going? It's just like,
I will say that is the amazing thing, like stumbling into the name of this network, of Something Good Network. It works for so many things. Welcome to Something Good Radio. Welcome to Something Good Live. It's like that. We can totally work that into so many things, bro. If you want to make a radio station, we will absolutely do Something Good Live.
oh god, I would have to quit my fucking job.
You would be like Dale Gribble in his basement.
Welcome to the Gribble Report with Chris Morris.
Welcome to the Morrison Report. I am your host, Morrison.
You know my goddamn name, just like the government.
We will be right back. Please enjoy this image of a megalodon wearing a MAGA hat.
This episode is brought to you by Betty Crocker.
Please sponsor us. Or at least
and Raid Shadow Legends.
No. Thank you for sponsoring us.
Raycon Shadow Legends.
A shitty headphone with a shitty game.
But if
Well, there
you
goes that sponsor. Fuck.
Hey man, look, I heard Raid actually pays pretty good. So
Yeah,
like,
I'll be on fucking chill.
I don't give a fuck, man.
Everybody
Toss some
knows it's a
bucks.
goddamn psyop for the goddamn government.
I'll make all you motherfuckers download it to make sure we keep that sponsorship money rolling. I will come to your house and make you download it yourself, Mikey. You
Don't you be in the comments talking about no Clash of Clans.
fuck Clash of Clans.
We only recognize one clan on this network.
We are
fuck no. It's just a fight in the background.
We are a Raid household. I will not hear this shit about Clash of Clans.
Now I just want to quit my job and just do fucking outlaw radio. Just fucking like pirate radio where we just play whatever the fuck we roll.
Well, if you enjoy this sort of absolute lunacy, come join up in our Discord. Link is in the description of this episode, as always. And again, Mikey, I know I said it like 20 minutes ago, but again, thank you so much for coming on the episode. You got to come around a little bit more. We'll come up to your place as well, and I will have my podcast studio back up and running so we can just roll in and do this whenever the fuck we want. Only difference is Chris won't have a key anymore.
I'll have a goddamn key.
You will always find a key.
Rachel fucking terrified. Hey, your friend's here, goddammit.
How?
This fucking this white gorilla just showed up. What's going on? What you open the fucking door, bitch?
It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, I'm awake.
But for this episode of the Couch Potatoes, I've been Alex and Chris. Do you have any sort of final thoughts for
Well,
us?
before I was cut off about my goddamn 3 chickens thing, I was going to bring up how you need to cycle your own fucking waste to make the chickens live longer. Now, when I talk about the chickens, I'm also talking about you need to grow your vegetables and get fish. Fish actually live longer than